Okay, I want you to picture this. You're standing up, you're pushing your chair back, and you are walking away from your desk for the absolute last time. Imagine stepping right out of that harsh fluorescent glare and straight into this bright cinematic light of total freedom. Pretty great, right? Well, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're not just going to sit around daydreaming about that moment, we're going to engineer it. We are breaking down the exact mathematical blueprint to actually walk away from your desk for good, using insights straight from the 12-month escape plan. So let's get into it.
First things first, we kind of have to ask a tough question. Are you actually ready to quit, or are you just complaining? I know, it's a bit confrontational, isn't it? But honestly, we have to go there. Because the hard truth is, very few people actually quit. Most of us just complain, rely on these fleeting bursts of motivation on a Sunday night, and then drag ourselves right back into the 9-to-5 trap by Monday morning. You really have to ask yourself, honestly, are you prepared to take structured action, or are you just riding a wave of temporary frustration?
Okay, let's dive into this because there are really two ways to pull this off. First is the amateur approach, which is quitting blind. It's super high risk, relies completely on emotion, and yeah, it usually ends in disaster. And then there's what we're building today, the strategic exit. This is all about mathematical safety and building solid systems. It's basically the difference between jumping off a cliff and actually taking the time to build a bridge. Here's the roadmap for Explainer today. We're going to cover the 9-to-5 trap, then walk through a 3-step blueprint, reducing your overhead, building your runway, and establishing side income streams. Finally, we'll wrap up with making your strategic exit.
All right, Section 1, the 9-to-5 trap. Let's see how we can escape those limits.
Have you ever wondered why so many high-earning professionals, people making thousands of dollars a month, still feel totally stuck living paycheck to paycheck? It's because salaries keep you comfortable, but they do not make you wealthy. Think about it. A salary has a hard, unbreakable limit. When you're on a salary, you are literally trading your finite time for money. And last time I checked, we only get 24 hours in a day. So your earning potential has an absolute ceiling. Hard work simply cannot scale time, and that inherently traps you.
To break out of that trap, you absolutely need a system. The 12-month escape plan is built on this really brilliant, calculated 3-step foundation. Step 1, reduce your living expenses. Step 2, build a solid cash runway. And Step 3, establish a side income. It's a clear path out, so let's break down exactly how you execute each one of these steps. Moving right along to Section 2, Step 1, reduce your overhead. It's time to plug those hidden leaks.
Lowering your financial footprint is literally the ultimate lever here. It significantly lowers the barrier to your escape, making the whole journey mathematically so much easier. The trick is knowing exactly where to look. Did you know the average consumer wastes hundreds of dollars a year just on forgotten autopay subscriptions? Crazy, right? So you need to do an immediate audit. Go in there and cancel those unused subscriptions, negotiate bills you haven't looked at in years, like your insurance, and ruthlessly cut out any unused services that are just silently draining your accounts. You've got to aggressively plug these hidden leaks.
And here is exactly why plugging those leaks is absolutely crucial. Every single saved dollar is investable capital. You see, you aren't just cutting expenses to be frugal or cheap. You are reclaiming lost cash flow. You're taking money that was just quietly vanishing into thin air and purposefully redirecting it to build your safety net. It's a real game changer.
All right, Section 3, Step 2, build your runway. Let's talk about your financial safety net. Taking that reclaimed capital leads us perfectly into the absolute necessity of establishing a safety net before you make any sudden career moves. 6 to 12. You really want to remember those numbers. Saving 6 to 12 months of living expenses, those newly reduced expenses, by the way, is the strict mathematical requirement for a safe exit. Without it, quitting your job is just a massive, reckless gamble. But with it, man, leaving becomes a calculated, strategic move. Because having an emergency fund of that size does something completely incredible for you. Like the quote says, time provides ultimate career leverage. This runway isn't just some boring pile of savings. It is literally buying you time. It buys you breathing room. Most importantly, it protects your decision-making. So when you finally do step away from that desk, you aren't forced to just jump into another terrible job out of sheer desperation. You have the ultimate leverage, which is the ability to wait for the exact right opportunity. Next up, Section 4, Step 3, side income streams. This is how we avoid the big financial risks. Relying on a single employer for your entire survival, that's incredibly risky. Honestly, it's kind of like financial suicide.
If your job disappears tomorrow, your entire life basically stops. To fix that single point of failure risk, you absolutely need extra income streams. And look, we're not talking about going out and getting a second, exhausting 9-to-5 job. No way. Our sources highlight 3 really scalable paths you can take: offering freelance services, using high-income skills you already have, getting into media content creation, or building automated software systems.
These specific paths are so powerful because they shift you away from active income, trading your finite hours for a paycheck. Instead, you're building automated assets. These are scalable systems that actually run without your direct everyday presence. As they say, wealthy people don't just chase cash. They build automated cash streams.
Now, if the whole idea of building assets sounds a bit intimidating, just remember this. An extra $500 a month is momentum. And momentum, that creates massive growth. So don't overthink it, and definitely don't worry about making millions overnight. Just start small. Pick one single path and build it up slowly. That early side income isn't about getting rich quick. It's simply about proving to yourself that the system actually works and building up that initial snowball of momentum.
Finally, Section 5, make your strategic exit. Let's bring this whole blueprint together.
We've engineered the blueprint, and now it's time to bring it all together so you can actually take that calculated leap. Let's just summarize the mathematical shift you're making over these 12 months. Take a look at this. In your current state, you're burdened by high overhead, you're completely dependent on just one income stream, and you're trapped by that salary. But look at your exit state. Your overhead is totally optimized, you've built multiple income streams, and you have a solid 6 to 12-month financial runway. You have literally transformed from a trapped employee into a liberated strategist ready to quit safely.
Which brings us to the absolute core thesis of this entire escape plan. Never quit your job blind. Build your exit bridge first. True financial freedom doesn't come from reckless, emotional decisions you make in a sudden moment of frustration. It comes from patient, deliberate, mathematical preparation.
So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative question. What will your future self thank you for? Are they going to thank you for just continuing to complain about the 9-to-5 trap? Or will they thank you for actually starting to build your exit bridge today? Seriously, cut your overhead, save up that runway, and launch that side stream. Your escape plan starts right now.